Hello, welcome back to Wisdom Academy PH. And now, we will discuss about indeterminate forms. So, this topic is the fourth lesson for our series about limits and continuity. So, let's start. So, what are indeterminate forms? So, first, let us illustrate it using this example. Let us find the limit of this function as x approaches 1. So, when solving this, using direct substitution, we can get 1 plus 1 minus 2 over 1 minus 1, which will result to 0 over 0. So, from previous topics, alam natin na yung 0 over 0 is an indeterminate form. So, when we encounter indeterminate forms, it means that the limit may or may not exist. Okay? So, paano natin malalaman uh, limit if the limit exists or not? We will use other methods to get the limit of the functions kapag nakaka-encounter tayo ng indeterminate forms. We will discuss in this video. Okay? So, in this example, if we look at the graph, we can see that the limit exists and the limit at as x approaches 1 is 3. Okay? So, this shows that the limit could exist when we are encountering indeterminate forms. So, paano ba natin isa-solve yung mga to? So, first, let us discuss kung ano muna yung mga types ng indeterminate forms. So, types niya is if we encounter 0 over 0, infinity over infinity, infinity minus infinity, 0 times infinity, 1 times 1 raised to infinity, 0 raised to 0, and infinity raised to 0. So these forms are indeterminate forms. So to solve for indeterminate forms, there are techniques that we could use to solve them. The first method is called L'Hopital's rule. Pero hindi natin to i-discuss right now. Because if we want to use L'Hopital's rule, we should have the knowledge to use derivatives. Which I assume ngayon hindi nyo pa alam since we are still discussing about limits. So, in this topic, we will discuss about the other methods of solving indeterminate forms. So, factoring, rationalization, and other techniques, which I could just group together and call manipulation of the expression. So, basically, we will just manipulate the expression para matanggal natin yung mga nagko-cause ng 0 over 0, infinity over infinity, and the other forms of indeterminate forms. So, yung goal natin ay matanggal yung mga nagko-cause nitong indeterminate forms nito to get the limit of the function every time we encounter indeterminate forms. So, right now, we will only discuss the first 4 cases of indeterminate forms since these are the more common ones. Okay? Let's start in the indeterminate form of type 0 over 0. When solving indeterminate forms, ganun pa rin yung tip ko sa inyo na perform direct substitution. Yun yung unang-una natin gagawin. So, 1 plus 1 minus 2 over 1 minus 1. This is the same example dun sa una natin ginawa, which will lead to 0 over 0. So, paano natin to isa-solve? Masasolve natin to using factorization. So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng factorization? So, yung factorization means na, yun, ipa-factor out lang natin yung expression natin kung ano man yung pwede natin i-factor out dito. Since we have a polynomial expression in our numerator, we can factor that out. So, ano ba yung factors ng numerator natin? So, factor niyan is x minus 1 and x plus 2. Now that we have factored them out, we can see na pwede natin i-cancel si x minus 1. So, canceling them both out, we can get limit of x plus 2 as x approaches 1, which we can easily get using direct substitution, and makukuha natin is 3, since 1 plus 2 equals 3. So, ganun lang siya. So, magpa-factor out lang tayo ng mga polynomial sa function natin. And then, kung may makikita tayo na pwedeng i-cancel out, ika-cancel out lang natin sila. Tapos, yung matitirang function, usually, pwede na natin i-direct substitute si a doon and makukuha na natin yung limit. So, ayun. So, another example. Ganun uli, try muna natin yung direct substitution. So, equal to sa 2 times 4 minus 3 times 2 minus 2 all over square root of 2 times 2 minus 2. So, equal to sa 8 minus 6 minus 2 over square root of 4 minus 2. So, 8 minus 6 minus 2 is equals to 0. So, square root of 4 is 2 minus 2, 0. So, again, 0 over 0 siya. So, confirm muna natin na 0 over 0. Yun yung first step natin. So, since 0 over 0 siya, let us use the other methods. So, dito, ang mga pwede natin gawin, una, since may square root sa denominator, we can do rationalization. So, yun yung una natin gagawin. So, to do rationalization, we will multiply both the numerator and the denominator by square root of 2x plus 2. So, ganun din sa numerator. Ayan. So, by multiplying both sides, both numerator and the denominator by square root of 2x plus 2, we can get, and the denominator will be square root of 2x squared, so maging 2x lang siya, minus 2 squared, which is 4. So, still, if we substitute 2 in this function, makakuha pa rin tayo ng 0 over 0. So, if we continue, we could use now factoring. Since meron tayo ditong polynomial function, pwede natin siya i-factor out para makita if meron tayong maka-cancel. Ayun. So, ganun ang gagawin natin. So, limit as x approaches 2. So, factor out natin to. Magiging 2x plus 1 times x minus 2 times square root of 2x plus 2 over, itong denominator, pwede rin natin i-factor out yung 2 dito. So, 2 times x minus 2. Ayan. So, since both numerator and denominator has x minus 2, we can cancel both of them. This result to this function. So, ngayon, pwede natin i-try na direct substitution si 2 since alam natin na na-cancel out na natin si x minus 2. Alam natin na yun yung nagkokos ng 0 over 0 kasi if we substitute 2 sa x minus 2, magiging 0. And 0 times anything will be equal to 0. So, since na-cancel out na natin siya, pwede na natin i-try na mag-direct substitution ulit. So, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, 5. So, square root of 2 times 2 is 2 plus 2 is 4 all over 2. Solving this, makukuha tayo na limit is equal to 10. Ayan, nakuha na natin na yung limit is equal to 10. Okay? So, now we will try to solve indeterminate forms of type infinity over infinity. So, i-try muna natin na i-substitute sila. So, alam natin from our previous video na pwede natin i-check agad yung leading terms. So, leading term sa numerator is 4x squared. So, 4 times positive infinity is positive infinity. And leading term sa denominator is 3x. So, 3 times positive infinity is positive infinity. So, indeed, infinity over infinity magiging sagot dito, which is an indeterminate form. So, paano natin i-solve yung mga ganito? So, kapag ganito, i-multiply lang natin both numerator and denominator by the leading term. Multiply lang natin yung numerator and denominator by 1 over x squared. Since yun yung leading term sa numerator. So, ganun din sa denominator. Since kailangan pareho yung numerator and denominator na i-multiply natin. So, limit as x approaches positive infinity, dito, magiging 4 plus 2 over x minus 1 over x squared. Denominator will be 3 over x plus 1 over x squared. And directly substituting positive infinity dito, makukuha natin yung solving this, makukuha natin is 4 plus 0 minus 0 over 0 plus 0. So, since kailangan natin, di ba, malaman yung sign ng denominator, ng 0 sa denominator para malaman natin if this will equal to positive or negative infinity. So, ganun yung gagawin natin. And since alam natin na ito ay positive over positive, so positive tong 0 na to. And ito, positive over positive din. So, positive din tong 0 na to. So, alam natin na positive over 4 over positive 0 yung naging result natin, which will result to positive infinity. So, ang sagot dito is positive infinity. So, in this case, the limit does not exist kahit infinity siya. Kasi again, infinity does not mean the limit exists. Ginagamit lang natin yung infinity as an indicator na papunta sa infinite values yung function natin. Ayan. Moving on to the next example. So, we will find the limit of this function naman as x approaches negative infinity. So, solving this using direct substitution. So, yung titignan lang natin ay yung leading terms again. So, negative infinity raised to 3 is negative infinity. Then, negative infinity raised to 3 times 5, negative infinity pa rin. So, cancel lang yung negative dito. And we will get still infinity over infinity. So, may kailangan pa tayong gawin dito para ma-solve tong limit na to. Ano yung gagawin natin? Ganun lang ulit. Kung ano yung ginawa natin kanina. So, limit of as x approaches negative infinity. So, multiply both sides by both numerator and the denominator by 1 over x cubed naman. Since the leading term is x cubed. So, 1 over x cubed. So, multiplying both numerator and denominator by that, we can get so, using direct substitution dito, makukuha natin na so, makukuha lang natin dito is 1 minus 0 over 5 plus 0 plus 0 equal to 1/5. Ayan. So, the limit of this function as x approaches negative infinity is 1 over 5. Okay? Simple as that. Now, we will proceed to another example of an indeterminate form of type infinity over infinity. So, kapag naman ganito, uli natin gagawin is direct substitution. So, ang papansinin lang natin is the leading terms. So, ang makukuha tayo dito na 6 times negative infinity will just be equal to negative infinity, and 4 times negative infinity squared square root. So, we can get negative infinity over positive infinity, which is still indeterminate form of type infinity over infinity. Paano natin isosolve to? So, similar lang din yung approach na gagawin natin. Pero una muna, kailangan natin na i-remember na square root of x squared is just equal to the absolute value of x, where x will be equal to x at x is greater than 0, and negative x at x is less than 0. Okay? So, since hinahanap natin dito, x approaches negative infinity. So, as x approaches negative infinity, yung square root of x squared equal siya sa negative x. Kapag naman x approaches positive infinity, yung square root of x squared equal siya sa positive x. Okay? So, take note lang natin yun. Kasi, maging useful siya when we are solving this function. Kasi again, i-multiply natin both sides by the leading term. So, parehong power of 1 yung leading term nila, pero yung nasa denominator ay nasa loob ng square root function. So dapat i-multiply natin sila by 1 over square root of x squared. But again, since yung tinake note natin kanina, square root of x squared is equal to negative x when x is less than 0. Since we are finding the value of x as x approaches negative infinity, so negative yung value niya, so negative x to. And so, solving this, we can get okay. So now, pwede natin i-direct substitution yung negative infinity since nasa denominator na yung mga x natin. Is equal to negative 6 plus 0 over 4 plus 0 square root. This will be equal to negative 6 over 2, which will be equal to negative 3. So the limit of this function as x approaches negative infinity is negative 3. So, tama naman yung nakuha nating sagot. So now, proceeding to our next example. So, indeterminate forms of type infinity minus infinity. Check muna natin kung infinity minus infinity nga yung makukuha natin dito. So, first, use direct substitution. Maging equal to sa 1 minus 3, negative 1 to the right. Then, 3 plus 2 times negative 1 to the right minus negative 1 to the right squared minus 1 over negative 1 to the right plus 1. So, dito makukuha tayo ng 4 over. Since yung denominator natin, medyo malilito tayo kung gagamitin lang natin yung signs na to. I suggest na gumamit tayo ng value na near negative 1 pero greater than negative 1. So, for example, negative 0.9. So, yun yung gagamitin natin. Para hindi tayo malito sa magiging sign ng denominator natin. So magiging 3 plus 2 times negative 0.9. So, magiging negative 1.8 to. Minus negative 0.9 squared. So, magiging positive 0.81. Ito, madali naman to. So, isipin natin negative 0.9 din to. So, 1 minus 0.9 is 0 plus. And since ang maging sagot dito is 0.1, so slightly to the right of 0 siya. So, dito naman, so, solve natin to 3 plus negative 2.61. So, minus 0 plus. So, 3 minus negative 2.61. So, 0.39 yung sagot dito, which also equates to 0 plus. Medyo malaki lang naman yung ginamit natin na value na negative 0.9. If we use 0.9999, mas lalong malapit sa 0 yung makukuha natin. Pero at least alam natin na positive 0 siya. So, continuing on. So, ito maging value natin which will equal to infinity over infinity. So, na-confirm natin na infinity minus infinity yung makukuha natin kapag nag-direct substitution tayo. So, kailangan natin ng other methods to solve this. So, paano natin to isa-solve? So, una muna, mag-factor out muna tayo nung mga pwede nating i-factor out. So, 1 minus 3x. So, yung denominator, pwede nating i-factor out siya. So, ma-factor out natin siya into x plus 1 times 3 minus x. For the other term, i-retain lang natin siya. So, now, pwede natin i-combine tong dalawang terms na to since na-factor out na natin yung denominator nung first term natin. Alam natin na may common factor sila na x plus 1. So, pwede na natin sila i-combine. So, naging x plus 1 to. And ito, 3 minus x. Limit as x approaches negative 1 from the right. And so, from our first term, wala namang mababago since same denominator naman siya. Pero for the second term, since x plus 1 lang yung denominator niya initially, so we will multiply 3 minus x sa numerator niya. So, magiging 3 minus x to. Tapos, combining the terms on the numerator. So, yung numerator, pwede nating i-factor out yung negative 2 dito. So, we can cancel out x plus 1 dito. And now, we can use direct substitution dito. So, this will equal to negative 2. 3 minus negative 1. 3 plus 1, 4. So, the answer is negative 1/2. Let's see if tama ba yung naging sagot natin. Yep, tama naman. So, for our next example, we are finding the limit of this function as x approaches positive infinity. So, try muna uli natin na directly substitute si positive infinity dito. Okay, so, since pareho sila again na power of 1 yung power, so, kukunin natin yung value ni positive infinity dito and dito. So, pinakamataas na power sa loob ng square root is x squared. So, kahit yun na lang yung isolve natin. So, 9 times positive infinity squared. So, square root lang nito minus 3 times positive infinity. So, this will result to, ito ay maging positive infinity lang minus positive infinity. So, infinity minus infinity pa din. So, anong gagawin natin dito? So, in this case, pwede tayong gumamit ng rationalization. Since through rationalization, malalabas natin sa square root si first term natin. So, ganun yung gagawin natin. So, multiply lang natin si numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the rational expression. So, 9x squared minus 8x plus 3. So, plus 3x. So, ganun din sa denominator. 9x squared minus 8x plus 3 plus 3x. And so, combining the numerator of the function, so dito, makakancel na natin si 9x squared sa numerator. Since magiging 0 lang sila kapag minus natin silang dalawa. So, using direct substitution dito sa numerator, si negative 8x lang yung papansin natin. So negative infinity. And the denominator, so dito ang papansinin naman natin is si 9x squared. So magiging positive infinity plus positive infinity. So, positive infinity naman yung magiging denominator natin. So, in this case, infinity over infinity pa rin yung naging sagot natin. So, may further adjustments pa tayo na gagawin to the expression. So, since we are getting limit as x approaches infinity, tas nakuha tayong infinity over infinity, gagawin lang natin yung previously na diniscuss natin na technique na we multiply both sides by the leading term. So, yung numerator, ay yung denominator, multiply lang natin by 1 over square root of x squared. Since we are dealing with the limit as x approaches positive infinity, so positive siya, so positive x. Magre-result to sa solving this, pwede na tayo mag-direct substitution. So, makukuha natin dito is negative 8 plus 3 over infinity is 0. So, square root of 9, 0 plus 0 plus 3. So, square root of 9 is 3. 3 plus 3, 6. Negative 8 over 6 is equals to negative 4 over 3. So, ito na ang final answer natin. Negative 4 over 3. So, tingnan natin kung tama. Tama naman yung naging sagot natin. For the last form na i-discuss natin, indeterminate form of type 0 times infinity. So, double check muna natin if 0 times infinity nga yung makukuha natin dito. So, by direct substitution, ito ay maging equivalent to negative 2, negative 3 to the left plus 3 times 3 over negative 3 plus 4 minus 2 times negative 3 over negative 3 plus 1. And so, dito, negative 2 over 0 minus times 3 over 1 minus negative 6 over negative 2. So this will be equal to positive infinity times 3 minus 3 be equal to positive infinity times 0. You can see na indeterminate form of type 0 times infinity makukuha natin by direct substitution. So, gagawa ulit tayo ng manipulation to the expression para makuha natin yung limit. So, unang gagawin natin, pwede natin i-combine yung terms na nasa loob ng parenthesis. Okay? So, solving this, so we can get, so, combine na natin to nasa loob. So, x plus 4, x plus 1. So, ito ay 3 times x plus 1 minus 2x times x plus 4. Ngayon, pwede natin i-multiply negative 2 over x plus 3 sa loob ng function. And pwede na natin i-solve tong nasa numerator. So, yun yung gagawin natin in the next line. So, combining 3x and 8x, 3x and negative 8x, we can get negative 5x. And now, factoring out the numerator, so dito, pwede natin i-cancel si x plus 3, giving us, and negative sign dito, pwede natin i-cancel, giving us limit as x approaches negative 3 from the left, 2 times 2x minus 1 all over x plus 4 times x plus 1. So using direct substitution here, you can get 2 times negative 6 minus 1 all over 1 times negative 2. Cancel out na natin si 2 dito, and negative 1 na lang yung matitira sa denominator. So, negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7. So, negative 7 over negative 1 is positive 7. So, our final answer here is positive 7. Okay. So, tama ba yung nakuha nating sagot? Yeah. Tama na. 7 yung maging limit ng function. So, that's it for indeterminate forms. So, sana marami tayong natutunan about indeterminate forms. And tip ko lang sa indeterminate forms is mag-practice lang kayo since maraming techniques na applicable para ma-solve yung expression since kailangan lang natin sila i-manipulate para ma-cancel yung mga terms na nagli-lead sa atin to have indeterminate forms. So, ayun. So, for our next lesson, we will discuss about continuity of a function on a number. So, I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you very much for watching this video lecture made by Wisdom Academy PH. If you want to join our mission of providing high-quality educational videos for all Filipinos free of charge, then please consider supporting Wisdom Academy PH by contributing or donating to the following accounts. Kung interesado naman kayo maging parte ng aming organisasyon bilang isang volunteer educator upang makapagbahagi at makapagturo sa mga taong nangangailangan, then please proceed to this link. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up. And if you want more educational videos like this, then please subscribe to Wisdom Academy PH and hit the notification bell for more updates. Watch and learn. God bless, and see you on the next one.